Welcome sports fans, welcome back to another episode. I'm your host Joe Moore.
I'm Rush.
And this is This or That Sports TV, the place where you guys can come to get the best, most riveting and interesting sports conversations on the internet.
Bro, before we even get into the video, I want them to do something for me. Right now, guys, go and subscribe to this channel. If you're watching this channel for the first time and you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button right now. Like the video. Before you tell us you disagree or tell us you can't say with money cup. Do it.
Better yet, if you're watching this channel for the second time and you're not subscribed, go and subscribe. Because we have many people who are watching and enjoying our videos and not subscribing, and we don't like that.
Fuck. Yeah, so what are we today?
Alright, so today we're going to talk about schoolboy football. As per usual, we do this every single week. You guys would have already known. You come here to get the best schoolboy football updates on the internet, right? So, the first round is finished and the quarterfinals have begun.
Yep.
And as we previously promised, we're going to just do a quick synopsis of what happened in the first round and what to expect in the quarterfinals and going forward.
Yeah. So, let's talk about the teams that qualified to the quarterfinals. So, those teams, run through it for me.
Alright, so and basically the format. So the quarterfinals will be played in two zones. A round robin format similar to the first round.
Yep.
Where each zone consists of 4 teams, and obviously each team will play each other, resulting in 3 games per team, right? And separated into 2 zones. The top 2 from each zone will qualify. Alright, so in Group 1, we have Stats, Jamaica College, Mona High School, and St. Catherine, right? And in Group 2, we have Kingston College, Excelsior, KT, and Charlie Smith.
Right. Bro, what, 4 games already played. Let's talk about those games so far before we even talk about the groups and who are the favorites and stuff. So those games, let's talk about it.
Alright, so the quarterfinal round began on Friday. Quality schoolboy football in the second round. And
no violation.
It commenced, no more violation, guys. So it commenced with the first game, Stats versus Catherine. And that was a surprising performance.
I think that was an upset, you know.
It could be deemed as an upset, however, because Stats weren't even supposed to be there. Stats were not supposed to be there, and due to some controversial events that we'll touch on later in the video, Stats got a chance, and they were hell-bent on not wasting their opportunity. They went out and attacked Catherine, and they went on the front foot from early, and they continued throughout the game, managing to kill off that game 4-1. A hat-trick by Leng.
Second game, JC versus Mona.
Second game, JC versus Mona, the main game, the main attraction. And it started out, as I expected, Mona in a high press, working hard.
Looked good for like the first 35 minutes.
Putting JC on the back foot, but however, JC's depth and experience.
Fitness too.
Depth, experience and fitness worked out in the end, because ultimately, Mona came out in the second half looking very flat, and they paid. JC won 2-0. Duncan McKenzie, bro. An outstanding man of the match performance.
He ran that
scoring
game.
a goal and getting an assist.
On his birthday.
On his birthday. An amazing performance. So that was how the second game ended. And on Saturday, we had Excelsior playing against Kingston Technical, one of our surprise teams, and KC versus Charlie Smith. And once again, the Excelsior team that was not supposed to be there, they refused to put their opportunity to waste, beating Kingston Technical 3-1. Makwan Aldrich from KT, we spoke about him in our first round video. He was amazing, but he just did not do enough to get his team over the hill.
It's going to be hard, you know, because these groups, as I said, they are all good teams. So right now, later in the video, we're going to make our prediction, guys. Think about it. Who do you think will come out of these 2 groups? 2 teams to qualify to the semi-finals. Think about it. We're going to revisit that conversation.
But leave your predictions of who will exit the zone in the comment section right now.
Alright, let's talk about the disqualified teams.
Alright, so as I mentioned before, Excelsior and Stats attained a quarterfinal berth, even though they had not finished the original places in their zone to get that. This was because of a huge scandal that took place in the Morning Cup. Guys, so as you know, we were on the road, right? We were on the road getting features to you guys, and on our way to CAMPERDOWN, we heard the bad news.
On the day.
Yeah, on our way, we were actually on our way to CAMPERDOWN, and we heard no more interview. Why? Because apparently we were eliminated. How come, coach? We're eliminated because of the use of an ineligible player. So I tried to get an interview. I've not been successful yet, still working on it. But to my knowledge, what had happened was during the pandemic year, some of the players would have stopped going to school because why continue going to school rather than focus on football, which might be your profession in the future, right? And the commencement of schoolboy football and schools itself started, and these boys would have registered, but I guess they were deemed ineligible because of I'm not sure whether it be late registration to schools or whether it be because they sat out a year of school and as such is a realistic student. I'm not sure why.
Maybe
exactly.
because they're involved with some academies, as you mentioned in a live that we did. Because some of the guys joined academies, some of the guys just stopped school and just went on to pursue football.
Yeah.
Maybe Issa found that out and said that these guys are not students. No, the problem that I have with this, right? And I know that there's a problem that you have too. How did these guys get an ID, play games, and then later on in that same competition, they are told that they're ineligible? You gave them the ID. Talk about that a little bit, because I know that I have a strong opinion on this one.
Yeah, me personally, it's something that really annoys me, strongly annoys me, because at the beginning of the season, you are required to submit a myriad of information to ISA for them to process each and every individual player, and then provide them with IDs so as making them eligible to play for the competition, right? So ISA would have sent anywhere between 30 and 35 IDs per school, depending on how many players were submitted.
Some of the things required, results like
school results, academic results.
Yeah.
And proof of registration, proof of birth certificate, so on and so forth.
ISA got that because the ID was issued.
Alright, so shouldn't ISA be doing a diligent screening process on each and every one of these players before issuing them an ID? Because the moment ISA issues an individual an ID, doesn't that then make them eligible regardless of the circumstances? Because you would have to have proof that they are students, proof that they are performing well enough in school, and proof that they are who they are of age, right? And ISA would have seen that as okay and then authorized these players to play, only for 6 games later to come and tell them that they weren't eligible to play, and as such forfeited every single match that they played in. It's
something I'm thinking about, right? This could be ISA holding up their hands and saying, hey, we didn't do our job. Or it could be these schools cheating. It could be that these schools are using guys that are not registered in the place of guys with IDs.
I think if that was the case,
it could be one of the two.
If that was the case, that news would have been outed by ISA. And ISA have not made mention of that being the case. ISA is basically saying these guys would have had their IDs, would have been registered, and then they found out subsequently that they weren't eligible to play.
So they're holding up their hands. They're saying we didn't do our job.
Incompetence. And the inability for ISA to do their job competently. We've seen it time and time again. It frustrates me. I'm saddened that CAMPERDOWN and TIVOLI, one of our surprise schools, did not get to progress to the second round and to show their stuff. However, it provides opportunities for Excelsior and Stats. And as I said previously, they got their opportunity and they do not seem like they want to relinquish it.
Yeah. So yeah guys, that's an update. So let's talk about a few more things before we leave. Let's make some predictions.
Alright.
So we're going to do semi-final predictions and then we're going to do winners prediction. So who do we think will make it to the semi-finals, and then who we think will take it all, win the Manning Cup. So guys, that's something that we want you to tell us in the comment section. So do it right now. Let's kick it off.
Alright, so let's go group by group.
Yeah, let's go group.
Alright, so in group A, I have Jamaica College to top the zone, winning all of their games. And I still believe that even after a slow 2-0 deficit, a slow start, Mona will manage to win their other 2 games and comfortably make it through to the semi-finals as a second place team. So I have JC and Mona coming out of group 1.
Let me give my group zone. I agree with that one. I thought you would have gone for St. Catherine or Stats, to be honest. But Jamaica College and Mona, I think, are the 2 best teams in this group. Mona was in the group with the first round group with St. Catherine, and they came out of that group.
Yeah. So in that game, the match was drawn. However, St. Catherine's goalkeeper was the man of the match in that game.
So Mona is a better
indicative of how that game went, right?
How we know.
So the only problem I have that might affect my prediction is Mona's youth, because Mona has as a young team. So will the punching the mouth from JC draw them back and kill their confidence, or will the inspirational words of Craig Butler be able to bring them back to playing as they know they're capable of playing? If so, they will beat St. Andrew. But if not, Stats, their 2 top men, they will do the job.
Yeah, so that means they will have Jamaica College top in the group and Mona in second spot.
And Stats in third.
Alright, so let's talk about group 2.
Alright.
I'm going to do this one first.
Alright, go ahead.
So I have Kingston College top in this group. And then I am going to go with Excelsior, just for the mere fact that I think Kingston Technical is not going to recover in time. They already lost to Excelsior. Excelsior is going to beat Charlie Smith. Kingston Technical needed to win that Excelsior game because they're not going to beat Kingston College. So where would they get those other 6 points from? That's my opinion on Group 2. What do you think about that one?
Alright,
I want KT to go through doing it.
In my opinion, it all depends on how Kingston Technical plays against Charlie Smith, because it's hard.
That's what I said. Them beat Charlie Smith. They're not going to beat Kingston College. They will only have 3 points. Excelsior is going to beat Charlie Smith.
Yeah, losing to Excelsior.
That was the killer.
Yeah, losing to Excelsior would have hampered Kingston Technical season. Even though I do think Kingston Technical may very well have the best player in this zone. Makwan Aldridge, she even playing against Excelsior, he was a cut above everybody else on the pitch. However, Excelsior managed to convert their chances. Kingston Technical did not. And as such, KT are on the back foot, and I will agree with you on this one. Excelsior will manage to come second in the zone.
Alright, so now let's do the winner's prediction. I am predicting the final to be Jamaica College versus Kingston College. You know, a replay of 2019 semi-final game. And I think Kingston College will come out on top in this one.
Yeah, I do. I think Kingston College's experience and size and power and athleticism will reign supreme. Jamaica College does have some technical players, especially Duncan McKenzie, who's leading the charge from the center of midfield. However, I think Kingston College's power and pace with players like Jamon Barley blazing down the wing and getting squares and getting assisting, I think they'll just be able to overpower Jamaica College and win the Manning Cup. So I have KC as well.
Alright, so yeah guys, let us know in the comment section. Who do you have? Who is your favorite pick to win the Manning Cup this year? Let us know.
So, the last thing we'll touch on today, Rush, is to tell the people what games to look out for in the oncoming week, or the upcoming week, I should say.
Right.
So, what are the key games?
Alright, so on Tuesday, Jamaica College will be taking on Stats in Group A. I think that's a big game of the group.
Yeah.
Stats is currently top in the group right now, and Jamaica College need this win to go on top of the group. What do you think about that fixture?
Yeah, I think Jamaica College will show their talent and worth, and you know, I think it's going to be a close game, however, because Stats have historically been a very good defensive team. So Stats will not make it easy for anyone. In fact, Stats probably has one of the best defenses in the Manning Cup. So going forward, I think JC will manage to eke out a win, but I don't expect many goals.
Alright. Next fixture, Group B fixture. Kingston College takes on Excelsior on Saturday.
Yeah.
So the two teams again topping Group B.
The top of the table clashes, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the theme for next week, and we might see teams advancing.
Right.
So JC win, they advance. KC wins, they advance.
Excelsior win, they advance.
Excelsior wins, they advance.
Stats win,
yeah.
they advance.
So we'll be seeing teams
Those are the fixtures.
as early as Tuesday.
Yep.
We'll be seeing a team advance.
Alright, so yeah guys, that's it. That's today's video, Manning Cup Roundup. Guys, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, share the video with a friend, leave a comment, support it, because we're doing our best.
Honestly,
what you want to say to them?
That way they are working, you know?
Yeah.
And because of that, now for giving you the maths, you know there is not a this or that sports TV without Joe Mar giving you the maths, guys. If each and every one of our subscribers can get us 5 subscribers, do you guys know how many subscribers that would garner us by the end of the day? I'm still gonna see it happen.
But we're going to talk about it, and it will come.
It will
come. Yeah, that's it guys. This is That Sports TV, Manning Cup Roundup, out.